goes for 39. 153 the Wiz gave up. My God. All right, Alexander Walker, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 32 for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson, become a star this year. Off glass, Hawks up 18. Johnson, 18 and 14. They won 17 of 19 games. Atlanta, 11 over 500. Magic lingering on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Kings, Raptors. DeMar DeRozan, with Sacramento leading by 2. Gorgeous bucket. Kings lead by 4. Malik Monk, DeRozan. Threes aren't his specialty, but he buries that. 28 for him. Kings up 6. Precious Achiuwa with the left. He had 28 and 19 in the Kings. Bit of a stunner on the road. Get win number 20 on the season. Philadelphia's victory, Toronto's surprising loss means the Sixers are now in the 6th spot. Safe to avoid the plan for the moment. Seeds 6 through 10, however, separated by only 2.5 games.
And no Magic 130 to 101. Atlanta is 17-2 over their last 19 games. They're now 44 and 33, 5th in the Eastern Conference. Joe, the question is not if they make the playoffs, can they get out of the first round?
Yeah, they can get out of the first round, Uncle Ocho. I like what I've been seeing from the Hawks. Man, they play not only great basketball, but I think Jalen Johnson obviously, has been tremendous throughout this whole season. Alexander Walker. I mean, you talking about playing over your head. I mean, the man just averaged 8 or 9 points last year. Now he averaging 20, 21 points a game. They took care of him. He making some good money, but he's definitely over delivering. Oh man. I think collectively as a team, Uncle Ocho, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think they can beat anybody in the East. I really do.
Wait, whoa. Anybody?
Yeah, I'm talking about, I know Boston playing great. I know they playing great, but I think the Hawks, as deep as we are, I think they could take Boston. It wouldn't surprise me. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, you talking about in one game, not a 7-game series?
I'm talking about in a series. I think they could beat anybody in a 7-game series. Yes.
You heard the man, Ocho.
I think they could beat anybody. I think collectively as a team, as a unit, obviously we got a game changer in Jalen Johnson and the rest of these guys pitching in and helping because he's going to attract so much attention in the postseason. But he's so crafty. He can score. He can play make. He can rebound. He can do everything out there on the court. I mean, he's second in the league in triple doubles behind Jokic. Obviously, Jokic averaging a triple double. Hell, Jalen ain't far off. I think we got the pieces that can do it.
Okay.
Depending on who we get in that first round, I'm telling you, I think we can win. I think we can advance.
Yeah, you see.
I'm looking at Kuminga, and guess what? He back to being on the bench. I mean, he's not going to be able to crack that lineup. Not with Daniels, not with Walker, not with McCollum, and not with Johnson. Okongwu is your big.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a bench player. I mean, he's getting more minutes than what he's getting in He had 12 points. He's 5 of 7, 1 or 2 from 3, 1 or 1 from the free throw line. But I think for him, Joe, he's looking at himself. He sees himself as a starter, playing 35 minutes a night.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he's thinking. But you got to keep Daniels on the floor. Okay. Oh, yeah. Got to keep Walker on the floor. Got to keep McCullough on the floor to keep everything organized. But Walker and Daniels, those are your defensive guys. Guys who, they not coming in looking to take 20, 25 shots a night, even though Alexander averaging 20, 21 a game, he's still getting it within the floor of the game. His defense fuses his offense. You see what I'm saying? I just think it's a great mesh. He couldn't have thought coming over to Atlanta that he was going to probably get thrown in the starting lineup right away because they had already been playing pretty good basketball prior to them getting him.
Joe, actually, I thought, with the way things went, with the Warriors, where he felt he was that boy, and obviously everything shouldn't run through goddamn Steph. I thought he was going to go to goddamn Atlanta and be that boy.
Be one of them boys.
Yeah, I'm just saying, based on, the way things were going over there, where he felt I want the green light to be able to take the shots and you know what I'm trying to say. So I thought he would go to Atlanta and be like, okay, I'm the Ant Edwards over here, or the job over there. But I mean, obviously.
But they got Johnson is an all-star.
Yeah, he gonna be
as Joe said, Walker is playing. He's having an out-of-body experience. Dyson Daniels was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year last year. So I'm just trying to figure out what position is he going to play that he's going to be able to get those 35 minutes of run. Congrue is the big. CJ McCollum is the point. As Joe said, he keeps everything together. He makes sure everything is operated, although Jalen Johnson can handle the ball, hence all the triple doubles. Yeah. But CJ McCollum is the veteran experience that that binds it all together.
All I'm saying, Uncle Joe, is you making noise over there when you got one of the best players to ever play about you not getting minutes over there with the Warriors. So if you making noise and complaining because you're not being able to do what you want to do with the Warriors, I'm thinking once you get your opportunity somewhere else, now you finna be like, okay, this is why he was complaining or fussing when he was with the Warriors, because this is what I can do. This is what I can do.
Yeah, well, it's hard to complain, Ocho, when you come to a team and they start winning.
They winning before you got there.
Yeah, they winning. They winning before you got there. So you have to play your role to the T. So if y'all need me to come off the bench and do what I got to do, I can do that. But I don't think it diminishes his value, Uncle Ocho. Here's what I think. I think when you get in the postseason, there will be games where you will see Kuminga at the 4 or the 5 spot. Him and Jalen Johnson. The way you got. Yeah, the way you playing that small ball and you got multiple guys, because even though they smaller guys at 6'8", 6'9", they still great rebounders. They great athletes, and they can kind of guard 1 through 5. And I just think if you can spread the floor like that to where you got a bunch of guys who can attack, make the 3, defend, play fast, because that's what the Hawks want to do. I think it works well for them. So I think he can be a secret weapon for them once the postseason starts, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think I agree, Joe, is that he went from getting no minutes to at least he's getting 15, 20 minutes.
There you go.
So I think that was the biggest thing for him. It's like, well, come on, guys. I mean, y'all saw what I do when I get in there and I'm in the postseason, and I get it, bro. Unless you Kevin Durant, everybody's going to be second fiddle. I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Unless you Luka. Okay, LeBron's like, you know what? I'm 15 years a senior. Go ahead, Luka.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everybody that played alongside LeBron was the second fiddle. I think Kyrie might have been the only guy that's ever shot more than LeBron in a single season. I think LeBron's first year back there, I think Kyrie shot the ball more than he did. But for the most part, when you're playing with a transcendent player, a franchise order, a generation, bro, you think he will get the same opportunities he does, that you're going to be able to shoot, get green lights like he does? No.
Man, hey, look. I've been to a few games. I've seen Kuminga play. I've seen the flashes that he's shown since he's been in a Hawk uniform, And for me, I just feel like he shouldn't be. When he comes into the game, Uncle Ocho, offense shouldn't be his first thought process. His first thought process should be defense. Because what people fail to realize is that if you focus in on the defensive part with his skill set, it'll fuel your offense. By getting steals, getting rebounds, pushing out, pushing on the break, or finishing in transition. I feel like he's a versatile guy who can help in a multitude of ways, and I just don't feel like he should just be predicated on scoring. His skill set is too advanced, bro. I think it's so many things and so many ways he can affect the game that just come in and compete and play hard.
Okay.
I think. Sometimes we get in situations, Joe, everybody wants to be the CEO, the CFO, the COO, the VP, or the president. Sometimes we need cashiers. Sometimes we need security. Sometimes we need maintenance.
Yeah.
You need to, all that makes it. Everybody has a role. We got EPs, we got editors, we got associate producers, we got graphics teams, we got a social media team. Everybody can't be, well, man, I want to be in front of the camera. Okay. Doing what? So he's looking at it, Ocho, and looking at the success that they had. He's like, well, I can do that. But that's not what they need you to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are guys that came in, oh, man, I can do what Ocho can do. No, we need you to be the slot. We need you to be the third or the fourth receiver. We got a 1. We got a 2. We got
But you know what? I know he got to be mad, though, Uncle Joe, right? Because he right back in the same situation that he left. He was complaining about
No.
Well, he getting minutes now. At least, Ocho, he was getting DNP.
Yeah.
That man wasn't even touching the floor. Now he can compete and play, and show flashes of greatness. I still think the sky's the limit for him, Ocho. Listen, y'all got to understand, he hadn't played in a long, long time, bro. I know he's on that bench. So the last thing you want to do, I think, for the Hawks is to get him over there and you playing him 35, 40 minutes a night. Ease him into it. I know he's young. He probably still got his legs on him, but you want to keep that fire in him. I'm telling you, in the postseason, man, he going to have to come alive.
Unless one of the key guys get in trouble, I don't see 30 minutes. I don't see where he can get 35 minutes, Joe, unless one of those guys get in foul trouble.
Right. I agree. And the games that, Jalen Johnson hasn't played or Alexander hasn't played, man, he stepped right in. Okay, Ocho, I'm talking about putting up great numbers.
25, you're right.
Yeah. So he capable.
Yeah.
Ocho, I give a prime example. I remember when I first got it started, I remember like my first and second year. Especially my second year going into my third year, I used to call. I said, "Man, I'm ready." I said, "I'm ready." Man said, "Man, they ain't playing me. Man, they won't give me no. I'll be killing in practice." He said, "Don't worry about that." He said, "They're gonna call your number. Just make sure when John Elway call your number, you're ready.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna come to you now. Now you saying you ready and you doing all this. Don't call me and say X, Y, and Z." So I know exactly what Kuminga is thinking. Because I felt the exact same way. I said, especially my second and my third year. I said, man, I'm ready. I can do this. He said, hey, your time gonna come. But when that time come, make sure you're ready. When John Elway calls your number, make sure you pick up the phone.
There you go.
So Kuminga, I know it's frustrating, but at least you get 19, 20 minutes a night compared to the 3, 4, or sometimes the DNP coach's decision. Just build on that. Just when they call your number,
got to be on point.
Make sure you.
Hey, he must have cursed. He must have cursed Steve Kerr out or something, huh?
Man, I don't know what the man.
Don't start me the line.
He couldn't even get for him not to be able to get off the bench.
It had to be something.
It was something. It's something deeper than that, bro. But
Jason Kidd is